Hello guys and welcome back to Motormed Field. We're here for the Rough Riders men facing off against Motown in what is going to be a title battle tonight. I'm joined by Juliana Pereira from New Amsterdam FC. How are you doing tonight, Nano?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
And Nano, this temperature, is this ideal for soccer, you'd say?
Oh, this is perfect. This is exactly what we want on a game night.
About 70, not quite as bad as last week where we were dealing with that 90 heat. And so we can see we've got the Rough Riders on the left, Motown over there in the green and black. Let's have a quick look at the USL 2 table. Rough Riders sitting top at the moment. They've unbeaten, won 5. They dropped their first points last week against Red Bull. Motown are sitting in 3rd place. They've had a little bit of inconsistent in the last couple of games. They've lost 2, drawn 1. Most recently 3-1 against FA Euro, but still well within contention of the title, Motown. And actually, let's have a quick look as well. The Rough Riders are making some big waves. Let's have a look at this article. They are the #1 power ranking team right now in the USL with that terrific form. Let's have a look back on the field now. We can see they're getting ready for their photo there. The Rough Riders just come out of it. And these teams preparing to line up. And as they are preparing to line up, let's have a quick look at our Rough Riders starting lineup. In goal, we're going to have Josh Levine. At the centre back, we're going to have Hermanas Ackerkamp. Alongside of him, Aaron Dent Garcia and his college partner, Jensen. At the right wing back, we're going to have Rosler. Left wing back, Galen Flynn. Sitting in front of them is going to be Alberto Diaz and Albert Kang. And Joseph Sanchez and Eduardo Capoto, the attacking midfielders. And leading the line is going to be the skipper, Matty Sloan. So it's going to be 3-4-3 for the Rough Riders today with those attacking wing backs. Let's have a look back on the field. These teams just preparing to line up. And out they walk, these two teams. They're both about 1/3 of the way through their USL 2 campaigns. And unfortunately, we can't have fans here at Delphi due to COVID still. But still keeping up with that walkout tradition.
It's a shame they can't have fans here because the atmosphere is really nice. The facility is really nice. It would be great to have a crowd out here. So hopefully those COVID restrictions will lift up soon.
It would be nice. It does feel like a great theatre for some Saturday night football. And we can just quickly go through. We've got out there for the Motown. We've got #1 Weiss, #2 Golden, #3 Voltaire, #4 Divisio, #6 Boot, #7 Oliveira, #8 Bednashi, #11 Bello, #15 Fathaz Zada, #22 Kelly, and #10 Anawobi. And we'll work out those positions as soon as we can. Let's have a quick look at our Rough Riders bench as well. We went through that starting 11. We've got Andrew Wiener, a recent signing. Got Nicholas Petridas, who injected so much pace against the Red Bulls in the last 20 minutes on Wednesday night. Eddie Speed. We've got the backup goalkeeper, Samuel Lin. Gabriel Fernandez, first time we've seen him in the squad this season. Dylan Middlebrook. And lastly, the Australian winger, Max Rogers. Both teams in their final huddle. And Coach Tom Bowens did say earlier in the week that it really felt like this was a crunch period for the Rough Riders. They've got a very tough series of games. They can come out through that with a good tally of points, and they really are looking strong for the title. But their next game is going to be against the Manhattan Soccer Club, who is arguably their biggest rivals for this USL 2 championship, and they will be facing them in the middle of the week away. It's going to be an Iwobi who's going to kick this game off. And we're off and underway. Rough Riders in the white and Motown in the black and green. And it's Divisio. Going into Oliveira. And Voltaire going out to Kelly. Nicely worked. And Divisio. And they're zipping around. He's open in a few minutes, and they're looking in behind there for a second. Dane Garcia covered that, but and Iwobi's going to have an early strike and a couple of feet past the post. But quick tempo start from the visitors.
And I'm just having a look at the shape here for Motown. So it looks like they're playing with 4 at the back and 2 up front. Kind of unclear what the midfield is organized like right now. But it should be interesting how the 2 shapes match up with the Rough Riders experimenting with a new shape with 3 in the back.
Divisio switching the ball out to Iwobi. Thiessen, who's making his debut for the Rough Riders, plays alongside Dayton Garcia at West Virginia University, and those two conceding 5 goals in their entire spring season. So quite a formidable defence. Rosa gives it back to Thiessen, into Joseph Sanchez. Just got caught in it a little bit, and a slightly slow start from the Rough Riders. Iwobi. That was going to be sent by Konieski, but not the best cross. Dane Garcia will throw this one down. Brought down by Sloan. Sloan, who's usually played in the back line for the Rough Riders, moved to that centre forward position. Brian Saramago absent today. Big loss for the Rough Riders, their top scorer this season. And Kelly content just to give it all the way back to Weiss. Sent up long. Then Garcia with a big head on it, and offside anyway. Sanchez. Gives that back to Akamp, who's been absolutely solid in that centre midfield. Oh, sorry, centre back even. For Rough Riders so far this season. This is a Rough Riders team that's conceded 1 goal in 6, and that was from a penalty. Let's see what those front 2 from Motown can do.
And so far, Motown looks like they're just controlling the tempo of the game, keeping most of the possession so far. We'll see if Rough Riders can kind of grow into the game and get a little bit more possession going.
Rosler. in that one. It looks like in the end, Rosler, we thought that Rosler was going to be on the right side and Flynn on the left, but it looks like they've switched those two wing backs. Rosler giving that one down the line towards Sloan. The skipper giving it back to Rosler. And it's a good ball in behind towards Capote, who must have just been a fraction offside, did not look far at all.
Looked like a close one from here.
It was found well there by Rosler. Looking behind towards Anobi. I think knew he was offside. Looking in behind again for Bello. On the same wavelength. Flynn. Going back to Dent Garcia. Sanchez. He's got such good composure on that ball. Looking in behind towards Sloan. And Sloan is in a battle there and he's causing Golden a little bit of trouble. So back to Kang, and Kang has been caught, and that was not a good tackle by Voltaire. The referee is going to have a free kick right in the corner of the box.
And Rough Riders struggling early on to keep more possession of the ball, but you can see their quality. As soon as they did get the ball, they started moving it and created a dangerous opportunity right from the beginning. So looking forward to seeing more of that throughout the game.
And Rosler is standing over this one. What do you think, Nano? Cross or a shot here?
It looks like from this angle that he's going to cross it in swinger.
So look, he does sit in towards that back post, and he's risen up, and I think it's Dent Garcia, and his head in his hands, and actually there's been a collision as well off the ball, and I'm not sure who that is down, but it looks in quite a bit of pain. Medical staff rushing on for the Rough Riders.
Yeah, there was a collision somewhere in the box there. But it was a fantastic ball in and a pretty free header. Goalkeeper came out strong and looks like he put a body on one of the Rough Riders.
It's Dent Garcia down. I think it was actually Akekamp who got his head on the ball. Dent Garcia up on his feet, or starting to sit up. Hopefully just an impact injury, nothing too serious.
Yeah, after seeing what happened to Christian Eriksen the other day, it's always tough to see someone struggling like this. Hard to tell from here if he got hit in the head or not, but looks like he's up and walking and okay now.
And he's going to step off for now, Dent Garcia, but hopefully we'll rejoin the fray in a moment or two. So important for the Rough Riders in that back three. Been critical to that amazing defensive record they've had in those first 6 games. But he took quite a wallop in there.
Yeah, that first free kick for the Rough Riders showed some promise. They got some big bodies in there. Nice whipped ball in, so if they can get another chance like that, they might be able to put one away early.
Capote, who in that 0-0 game we saw on Wednesday against the Red Bulls, probably looked the most dangerous for the Rough Riders. But Anobi looking in towards Bello, and Bello still got a chance here. Was looking to bring it down on the turn. His shot on the turn was blocked in the end, and Rosler gives that to Sloan. Sanchez, and they're going to look to break. Capote pushes forward, Sanchez up to just to keep it. And Flynn, that's a good looking ball to Sloan. Tried to put it back in the feet of Rosler. Dent Garcia is on the touchline now, and he's back onto the field, so hopefully nothing too serious from that collision. Golden. Out to Divisio. Looking down the line to Enowobi. And Dan Garcia just shepherded him out.
Contact there, but looks like the forward was trying to milk something that wasn't there. So just confirming, Motown looks like they are in a 4-4-2, and that 4 in the middle looks like it's organized almost like a diamond, but more like a 1 defensive midfielder and then 3 attacking. So like a 4-1-3-2 with number 8, Bednarski, as the defensive midfielder.
Varche giving the back to Weiss. Comfortable for Flynn. And Flynn was looking direct for Sloan, but Sloan's coming back from an offside position. Straight back with Weiss. Golden. To Divisio. Kelly. Turning sharply. Vagaski. Switched out to Fafasada. Kelly turning, but they're playing at a high tempo Motown. Good flick out, and Rosler was got too much of the man in that tackle for the referee's liking. It's going to be a free kick from Motown. Decent crossing position for them to send one in.
That was a nice sequence there, just to see how Motown builds up from the back and how the Rough Riders are organizing themselves defensively, making it tough for Motown to progress the ball.
It looks like that's going to be Golden who's going to send this one in. Sent it towards the middle. Ackerkamp getting a solid header on it. And Oliveira won it back, and it's through to Bello, and Bello's offside. Much to the fury of the Motown technical staff and players. I have a feeling the linesman's going to have a lot of those kind of calls to make today, Nano, with how high these Motown forwards are pressing on that line, that back line. Bello. Going out to Divisio. Switching out to Fafasada. Kelly keeping that one in. Back to Sanchez. Pearson. Back to Sanchez again. And it's going to come to Flynn. Sloan's taking it. Giving it in to Kang on the edge. Back to Capote. Capote can certainly hit them. And he'll try and get down to his left foot. And it's back into Capote. Out wide. Fed across goal. Straight at the keeper. But nice move there by the Rough Riders. Motown's going to look to come right down that other end. Ackerkamp cutting out the initial danger. Back with Kelly. And Enowobi looking to switch then towards the back post, and it's headed back across. And that was Oliveira. Yeah, just couldn't get enough power and direction on it. I think he was looking to square it for Bello.
And this is great. This is end-to-end football. We can see 13 minutes into the game, spaces are opening up and both teams are trying to play. So I think we're in for a good one tonight, Josh.
Rosler giving in to Sanchez. And the referee giving a foul throw on Rosler. And they have a big squad, Motown, a team from New Jersey. They've got about 40 players in the roster. They also have a reserve team that plays in another league, I believe. So some of those, half that squad played last night. I think there's probably the other half we're seeing in the USL. So here comes Capote driving forwards. And he slipped it in towards Kang. And he's going to fall for Kang! And the keeper had come out well enough to close it down. Kang got a little bit of contact on the keeper, very much entitled to go for that ball. What a clever reverse pass by Capote.
And one of the advantages of the Rough Riders' new formation is having runners coming from the midfield. And we've seen it a couple times where runners come from deep and they make that run in behind, and then those splitting passes just to get them through. Hasn't quite worked out for them yet, but you can see glimpses of it, and maybe they'll get some opportunities as the game goes on.
Diaz turning out and giving it to Thiessen.
And the Rough Riders settling into possession now, able to connect more passes.
He's looking over the top for Flynn, and Weiss right on the edge of his box. But Flynn getting a bit more freedom now that they're not playing with that back four to make some more audacious runs, playing as a more natural wing back. There's a little bit of afters off the ball there. Then there's Oliveira who went down. We're going to get a free kick Motown for that. And guys, I also want to give a shout out to FC Sanzak, who are playing their promotion playoff game today against FC Japan. 5 PM kickoff. We aired that on our Facebook channel, and they came away 1-0 winners in that one against the Japan team, who they lost 3-0 to early in the season. So if any of those Sanzak communities watching, a big congratulations to you, and looking forward to covering your game next weekend in your championship game against Borgetta. That's sure to be a special one. Donovieski, very sharp on the ball so far. It's Kelly. A lot of white shirts around him, but it's falling back for Kelly. Okay, then Garcia watching it carefully. Put it towards the back post. And Baltazar. There would have been something special there, but he did get the volley, just didn't get the direction on it. Camp. A little bit loose. Donovieski giving it back to Voltaire. And a big centre back driving forward with it. And still going, Voltaire. Moving into the box, and he has to be very careful, and Thiessen watching that one well in the air. Voltaire covering about 60 yards there.
And he was feeling it in the legs after that play finished. He was hanging onto the fence, gasping for air.
He's going to have another chance, then they played it quickly.
Another corner kick for
They're going to have another go with this corner. Probably be a bit more conventional this time. Plenty of height up there for Motown. And Donovieski was not far away from that one, still bouncing around. There's going to be another corner.
That was a strange bounce, huh? That ball had some funky spin on it. When it hit the turf, it just popped right out.
Now sent in towards the middle, cleared out by Rosler. And Capote now will look to bring this one out. And it's well contained by Palazada, the right back. an easy one to keep a hold of Capote, but he did that time. Boot. Capote still up there. There's a little misfit pass of Flint. Gives it back to Diaz. Played Diaz into a little bit of trouble, but defensive midfielder managing to get it back to Ackerkamp. Dent Garcia. Back to Levine. Both happy just to let that one run out. As we're 20 minutes into this first half, both teams started with a high tempo. No clear chance yet. Albert Kang having the best opportunity. Looked to be through and goal, but the keeper Weiss just first to it. Kang giving that one to Thiessen. Kang so calm with that ball, and Flynn into Diaz. Motown putting them under a lot of pressure though. And back to Dent Garcia. And Ackerkamp gives it to Thiessen. Ackerkamp did not get the pass he's looking for there. Thiessen blocked that one. Back with Falazala. Thiessen
Chance for a counter attack here.
Capote will look to set it off. Pass wasn't good enough, but Thiessen got it back. Giving it to Capote. Capote gives out to Flynn, where he was going to, but not a good pass. Intercepted by Dividio, and he's going to bring this one out. Bello. Kelly was looking long for Nwobi.
And the timing was off there for Motown, but you can see when they have the opportunity, they're trying to go forward quickly on that counterattack. Nice and an open game right from the beginning. I love it.
And we could get it going the next couple of minutes. Would really set it up very well. Olivier's looking long, and he's found Bello. One-on-one against Thiessen. Looking in behind for Nwobi. Two options in there for Nwobi. Attack just losing a little bit of momentum and not the good ball. And Rough Riders escaping that one.
And that duo up top for Motown looks dangerous. There's always one of those two making runs in behind, trying to stretch the Long Island Rough Riders defense.
Capote gives them back to Thiessen. Diaz. Sanchez bringing that one down. The Rough Riders just starting to slow the tempo down a little bit and possessing the ball. Rosler looking for Kang. And Kang's done really well to get hold of that. He's just got Sloan in the middle, but he's going to look for Sloan. And it's going to fall back for Sanchez. Back to Garcia. Oh, sorry, even Diaz, and not a bad effort. Keep at it covered.
And that whole chance started again from a run from the midfield. I believe it was Kang who made the run from the midfield. Ended up falling to the foot of the defensive midfielder there, but those runs coming in from deep are going to be dangerous.
Mighty Diaz rising up for that one. Golden. Giving it to Divisio. Good pressure by Sloan though. Flynn giving it to Sanchez. Sanchez looking to set Flynn away, and the freshman having some good strength, and he's won the Rough Riders a corner. Nicely worked there by Glenn Flynn, who's just completed his freshman year at Fordham, having played 9 games, and he's played every game this season for the Rough Riders so far. And Roselo putting that excellent delivery off the free kick early on in the match. We'll take this corner. Sent in, but it was not the good delivery that time. Vice gathering that one comfortably.
I actually thought the delivery was okay on that one. The goalkeeper caught that one at his chest. So if the Rough Riders had someone making a run in front of the goalkeeper there, you have a chance at getting ahead on it.
Vice sending that one up long. And Bello. There was a free kick given on an Awobi for the way he jumped up with Rosler. Ackerkamp giving it out to Dent Garcia. Dent Garcia is going to look to switch that across to Rosler. Forced it a little bit. Ackerkamp giving that back to Levine. Who hasn't has to do too much so far in this first half.
And you can see Motown, when they can't play short out of the back and build out, they're throwing 3 bodies up front. So you've got the 2 strikers and the attacking midfielder staying nice and narrow, so that when the goalkeeper goes long, they've got 3 bodies and a chance to win that ball, maybe flick a ball in behind for one of their quick forwards.
Flynn finding Sloan. Back to Sanchez, out to Flynn. Kang looking in behind again. 1-on-1 with Voltaire. And he's reversed that to Flynn, and Flynn looking to get that cross in. It's going to be another corner for Rough Riders.
We'll see if the Rough Riders can get someone making that run to the near post now. So if they whip another ball in, they can get ahead to it. The free kick early on looked dangerous, so we'll see if they can create something here.
It'll be Rosler again to deliver it. And that was a good delivery of the referee.
A little bit of pushing going on in the box there. Referee just getting a hold on it early.
Sloan and Belello, we've got the telling off. Sloan's trying to stand right in front of the keeper. In that danger area, you noticed now. And it's sent in to Sanchez, and he's going to flick that towards the back post. And he's going to fall back at the back end. The whistle had already gone. That was Dent Garcia.
That's a nice strike and a nicely worked set piece also. So the past few corner kicks, they've sent several runners in. This one was the same. They sent several runners in, but they delayed the kick. So as the defenders followed, it created space for Sanchez at the top of the box. So they could just play that angled ball back, and then Sanchez just clipped one into the back post.
Tried to intercept that one. A little bit dangerous for Dent Garcia, who with ease pirouettes past 2 players. German centre back, no problem.
That's got to give a team confidence when it looks like maybe there's some trouble at the back, and then your centre back comes out with some skill moves.
I'll tell you what, you wouldn't see an English centre back doing that. He put his toe through that ball and put it into Rose Ed. That was wonderful by Dent Garcia. There's a late tackle in the midfield.
advantage played.
And Bello's going to dribble in the corner, and he's going to have to strike, and it's Oliveira. Ball came in very fast, and he couldn't keep it down. And Bato Diaz given a yellow for that late tackle. I think it's Ben Navaski who took that tackle.
Yeah, Bednarski got hit late after starting that counterattack. Bednarski was a guy who I played against in college, so I'm familiar with him. I'm surprised to see him playing in more of a defensive role. I remember when he played at St. Lawrence, he played more of an attacking role. I matched up directly against him, so I know he can be a dangerous player, and he was on that play as well. He's the one who started that counterattack and almost created a goal there. There he is on the ball again, starting to counterattack.
Nice feed by Oliveira.
No options forward, plays it back. Opportunity to build out again.
And loose by Weiss. And Sloan, who has got a Rory Delap thrown him, is probably going to send this one straight into the box. The big man Diaz coming forwards. Ackerkamp as well, and Dent Garcia saw the big guns. So we hit the half-hour mark. They do anything from this. Diaz was looking for it on the front post. Thiessen stepping on it. Gives it out to Capote. Capote just trying to do a little bit too much. Thiessen to Dent Garcia. Back into Kang. Sanchez, and he's got Flynn on his right. Going out to Flynn. Flynn into Capote. Lasky doing really well there. Just intercept that and then win the free kick. Sorry, that's Oliveira. There is a bit of Lasky, but we've got a Falazada down the right back position.
Half an hour in, Josh, who do you think looks more dangerous so far?
You know, it's been so evenly matched. I would say just by a shade, Motown with those front two, as you mentioned before. But they've got to take something special to beat that back three for the Rough Riders, who are all being called over right now to have a quick team talk. But knowing that the talent they've got up front, especially with Capote and Kang, I just feel like they just need a half chance, even something outside the area, and they can got good odds. But very closely balanced. And both teams are taking this opportunity to have a quick break.
Yeah, it seems to me like Motown has controlled a little bit more possession. But when the Rough Riders win the ball, they look dangerous going forward as well, and they've created a couple dangerous chances. They have a big team, and the set pieces look like they could be a weapon. So, but a wide open game. Both teams looking to attack. Opportunities on both sides. We had a goal called back here not too long ago. There was a foul before the finish. And then just a minute after, another chance on the other side. So.
Coming to the field now. It looks like whoever has been injured is going to, unfortunately, let's see if he's back on. Just have to look at the number.
Looks to me like there's a change for Motown up top. Looks like number 9 has been subbed in.
And it's Anawobi who's come off. Trying to work out who that number 9 is. I think we've got another one in there as well.
Number 9, Ryan Peterson, going in up top for Iwobi.
And Peterson, the top scorer for the visitors. So got 3 goals in their 6 games. That's a good give and go between Flynn, but Flynn had just strayed offside.
So we'll see how that changes things for Motown with the substitution. Iwobi and Bello were making some dangerous runs in behind. We'll see if Peterson brings something different to that front 2.
Okay, he gives it out to Voltaire. Voltaire driving forward again, the centre back, and the space is opening up for him a little bit. And he overran it and then went down very dramatically, and he's going to be given a yellow card for his diving. And the referee did not hesitate with that.
Looks like he was convinced that there was contact there, but the referee seemed to think otherwise. And that's tough for a center back to get a yellow card that way, because now for the rest of the match, you're looking at, you know, almost 60 minutes with stoppage time, having to play on a yellow card. So that's always difficult as a defensive player.
Okay, I'm looking up for Sloan. There's Lowe coming to get off the ball. The referee waving play on it. It was Golden who went down. And Weiss. Back to Golden. Video back to Weiss. Oh, that's a nice touch by Oliveira. Oh, sorry, Peterson even, the newcomer. Okay, that is Oliveira there. Giving it out to Falazada, on the right back. Setting away Kelly on that right side. Thiessen sort of comfortably shepherded that one out though. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are watching us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We've got so much more soccer coming to you the rest of this summer. We have all of the Long Island Rough Riders women's and men's games. And if you were watching a bit early, you would have seen an epic between the women's team and Connecticut Fusion. 2-2 game, definitely worth watching that one back. But hit that subscribe button, guys. We've got so much more content, and we really appreciate you tuning in to support both the teams, and hope you're enjoying the Game in Frame broadcast. That was given out to Flynn. And Flynn looking for Sanchez, and a lovely little flick inside by Sanchez. Flynn still moving forwards. Plenty of white shirts up there. Sanchez switched out to Rosler, and it's a give and go between Rosler and Capote. And Rosler is going to try and salvage it. Falazada salvaging it in the end. It's going to be a corner for the Rough Riders. Sanchez will take this one for an in-swinger.
And you could hear Falazada just frustrated that he gave up another corner kick, I think because he knows the Rough Riders are dangerous on set pieces.
Sanchez send that one in comfortably out of the front post though by Divisio. Capote. And that's intercepted. It's going to be out for a throw. Rosa just being urged to leave that ball so that skipper Sloan can send in one of his Titanic throws again. And he launched it in. Diaz is going to go up for that. Back with Sloan. Sloan sending that in towards the back towards Dent Garcia. Cleared out again. Sanchez just looking to come away there. Peterson. Noneski and Oliveira turning well there. Kelly looking for Peterson. Peterson found a little bit of space. He's going to look early for Bello. intercepted. Backward to Vizio. Peterson. Oliveira. Booth, who hasn't seen too much of the ball so far this game. Giving that to Voltaire. Voltaire giving that to Falazada. He's trying to do a little bit too much. And then he got it back again. Well done there by Falazada. Two around him. And he sent it to Bello. And Bello's going to take that one early. It wasn't the worst idea to have the shot there. Just couldn't get the connection on the finish. Both sides continuing to probe. Looking for that opener. Diaz. Loose to Kang. And industrial win back there by Oliveira. Sloan. Sloan driving up this defence. He's all by himself, Sloan. But he's pushing in. Golden washing. And Sloan looking to cut it back across. And very well done there by Matty Sloan. Had about 5 black shirts in front of him. It did not faze him. And he's won them a corner. 5 minutes left in this first half.
And Sloan can sometimes get isolated up top in this formation, the way that they're playing. They've got lots of midfielders who can make runs from deep, but at times Sloan just gets isolated, and there he did a really nice job earning a corner kick despite not having really any support.
And Rosler with that left foot sending right towards the goal. Travelled a long way before it was cleared out. And Sanchez getting that one caught on him.
Another dangerous ball put in though for the Rough Riders, and no one there making the run, but that ball, you know, just sat right at the top of the 6-yard box. Tough for a goalkeeper to make the decision whether it should come out or not. On this one, the goalkeeper decided to leave it because it was whipped in too fast. He didn't have time to react, but no white shirts there to get on the end of it.
Ackerkamp has given a little bit of a cheap free kick away there. About 35 yards out for Motown.
There was some grabbing going on both sides, it looked like. Wasn't clear exactly who committed the first foul, but it was called against the Rough Riders.
And Oliveira is standing over it. It has to be something pretty special to score from here. May try and cross it in. But it's very central the position, and he's going to cross that in, and Voltaire has got it, and it's off the post, but he's offside, Voltaire. And there's a collision as well between Levine and Voltaire, and he rose so well there, Voltaire.
And it looked like the Rough Riders maybe pulled a little bit of a trap there because he was all alone and he got called offside. But it was a nice finish despite being offside. Hit that post and went all the way across the goal and hit the side netting on the other side.
And Levine gingerly back up onto his feet. A lot of weight from both parties going into that collision. Voltaire must have about 6'2" on him, and Levine maybe 6. And kept sending that one long, and Sloan just got a little nick on Benelaski. Follow that, overran that one, and Capote coming away with it. One back, and there's Booth looking in behind for Bello. Just Peterson in there right now for him. And cut out by Thiessen. Bello getting a hold of it again, and he's cut that one in. Ackerkamp this time in the right place. And Rosler try and bring that one out. Down the line for Capote. Well pressured there by Falazada, who's contained the number 11 well so far. Such a dangerous player. The referee just going to have a word with Coach Tom Bowen. And also the Motown referee as well. Sorry, coach as well. 1 minute left in the first half. It's still all tied, but been a engaging game to say the least. Both teams playing with a high tempo.
Yeah, chances at both sides called back. Both teams threatening the goal. And one injury substitution in the first half. I think that's important. We'll see how that affects the rest of the game.
It's backpedaling Dent Garcia. It's gone over and Peterson is going to counter that. Dent Garcia though, recovering well and just shuffling it out. And Peterson took a collision into the fence afterwards. And that is so concrete as well. I'm not sure if the referee's actually given a free kick for that one. And Peterson, I think he took a hit right on his back.
We were just talking about an injury substitution early on in the game, and Peterson's the one who came on, and now he slammed up against that fence, getting some medical attention now.
I don't think there's anything intentional in it by Dent Garcia. He was just shoulder to shoulder.
No, it looked to me like just the momentum from the two of them going after the ball, and you know, just a little bit of body threw him off balance, and he got flung into the fence there. Looked painful though.
And the debate is still going on amongst these players.
Motown players just standing up for their teammate, and Rough Riders just saying that it was a normal play. Fence is pretty close to the touchline there, so. And you can see there's a little concrete block at the base of the fence, which looks like what Peterson fell into, slammed his back against the concrete.
Certainly looked very painful. Hopefully nothing too serious, but it does not look too good. And I think the referee has actually, and then given a free kick against Dent Garcia for that.
You'd hate to see a player who came on as a substitute get injured and have to go off. But you can see Motown has a player warming up over there just in case. And the medical staff trying to take care of Peterson, get him back on the field. Although unlikely before the end of the half.
They take that one short, and it's whipped in towards the back post. Voltaire was rising for it, cleared out Rosler, completed, and Capote will chase this one. It's asking a little bit too much of him though. Peterson still flat on the ground. Regulation time is up. We'll probably have a minute or two additional just to make up for that stoppage. Sloan has been surrounded, but doing well there to keep that. Then Garcia looking back for Capote, just ran away from him though. Diaz. Going to switch that in towards Sloan, and Sloan's found a half yard, and he's looking to take that first time. Shooting it very carefully. Fantastic ball by Diaz. It's going to be a corner for the Rough Riders, and what a time would this be to score. Peterson now up on his feet, but holding his lower back. Sanchez will send this one in. 9 seconds of this first half.
Might be a good chance for the Rough Riders to get one now, being up a man with Peterson off the field. Big bodies in the box for the Rough Riders.
There it is. And it's a free header! And that looks like Thiessen, who's got it on his debut. And what a way to make your entrance. For the young German defender, he had a free header, and he buried it into that bottom corner.
And we've been talking about it all game, Josh. The service from the Rough Riders has been excellent, and it just required one of those white shirts to get on the end of one of those good crosses. And there it was. Finished it off at the end of the half. Had a man advantage, maybe felt more comfortable throwing more bodies in there, made good runs to crash that 6-yard box, whipped another good ball in, and he finished 1-0 for the Rough Riders.
And Pearson starting off his Rough Riders career with a goal. And he'll be delighted with that, the centre back. Sanchez. Switching out to Flynn. Back to Dent Garcia. Pearson still walking up that touchline, but I think you're right, then. I don't think we're going to see him back on this half, and they'll have to probably assess whether they can get him into that second half. Referee having a look at his watch. And Flynn winning that one back. And there is the half-time whistle. The Rough Riders getting themselves in the lead right before the half-time whistle. And Motown losing, bringing off an Iwobi in the first half of Pearson, and Pearson picking up injury. Been a very tight game.
We'll see if Motown has to make another switch for the start of the second half, or if Peterson can make it back on. He looked like he was in a bit of discomfort, a little bit of pain as he walked off the field just before the half. But at least he was up on his feet, he was moving, so that's a good sign. Maybe he'll move around a little bit more and try to get himself mobile. I can see one of the trainers over there doing some work on his back. He's hopping up to his feet, testing it out.
And they certainly looked like they had a goal on them, didn't they, Motown, in that first half?
They did, especially in the beginning when they had those two forwards working off each other really well, Bello and Iwobi. And then Peterson came on and also had a few dangerous attacks, including the one that he got injured on. It created a good little opportunity, a set piece. Hopefully for Motown, they'll see him back on the field.
All right, guys, well, we will be back in just a few moments. Do not go anywhere. It's perfectly poised for the second half. All right, guys, we're back. Both teams coming back a little bit early. I think they're keen to get home. It's a little bit cold for a summer night. And unfortunately, Peterson, who got that injury second half, has had to come off. Sounds like it may have been a serious injury. We'll try and see who it is who's replaced him as we get underway with the Rough Riders, who are leading this game courtesy of a debut goal for Thiessen right before that half-time whistle. So we have a number 12 over there for Motown.
Long throw coming in.
And it's sent. Robertson is driven back in and look, yeah, touch. I'm trying to just see who that number is over there, the new player on the far side. Like number 19. Perhaps.
19, that's it.
So that's Fieles, who's come on.
First challenge there for number 19, making his presence on the field known very quickly. Maybe getting some revenge for his teammate who had to go off injured.
He's just trying to shepherd that one out, Golden. So well worked out in the end. Sanchez giving that into Kang. Kang into Sloan, who's looking to set it up for Capote. Intercepted. And Oliveira driving forward on that far side. Sloan winning that one back. It looks like actually we've had a slight change for the Rough Riders. That's Max Webster. Max Rogers even, sorry, who's moved to the centre forward position for the Rough Riders. And Sloan has moved to the right wing back position. That's he's moving into the middle. He's moving to the middle, Sloan, into the defensive midfield position. Alberto Diaz making way. Worked out to Rosler. He's looking up for Rogers.
Looks like Sloan actually moved into the midfield.
That DM position from the back four. And Max Rogers, he's just finished his freshman year at Fordham. So one of the many Fordham players out there for Rough Riders today. From Australia. Very fast, tricky winger. We saw a little of him on Wednesday against the Red Bulls. Not really enough time to get a proper showing. But he's going to have a lot more time today to show what he can do. And it's centred towards Kang, and Golden got across, back to Capote.
There's that darting run in behind from Kang again, just coming from the midfield from deep, making that run in, making it tough for the Motown center backs to follow that runner.
Rosa looking for Rogers. Receptive, but Kang bringing that one down. Carefully watched by Lozada. Booth got knocked down that time. Back up on his feet. Got to send that one up to Bello. Bello bringing it down well. Looking for Kelly. But Levine coming right to the edge of his box. half-hearted appeals from the Motown bench. That is out of the box. The referee not interested. Akamp putting his foot through that one. Rogers going to twist and turn away from Golden. And he's got a hold of it, Rogers. White Shirts moving to catch up with him into the box. Sanchez. Pote. Give him back to Flynn. And Rogers send that in. It's a good switch across. And Rosler is going to drive that back across 6-yard box. And it took a hit off of Divisio, and it very nearly felt kindly to Capote.
Good little chance there for the Rough Riders. And it seems like they're the aggressors now in this half. They made the change up top to put number 27 in and slide Sloan back into the midfield. And so far it looks like it's working out for them. 5 minutes in, they've been keeping the ball, moving the ball, creating that last dangerous attack.
Rosler giving that to Capote. Capote just ran that one out. Sloan, such a versatile player for those Rough Riders as well. He's played so many different positions for them already this season. He's played right back, centre forward, and now defensive mid. Giving it to Divisio. Kelly just overran that one, and they're going to break forward with it now. Rogers giving that to Capote. Sanchez and Kang in there. Capote hasn't quite been his night so far. Getting dispossessed, and that is a very good ball through to Bello. But for Akamp, taking that through quickly, and Bello's going to get it now. They'll be very careful around the box. Kelly giving it back to Benarski. Altier. Skipping through a couple of tacticals, centre back, and he's looked good when he's brought it forward, and it's sent in towards Bello. Pearson clearing that one out. And Rosler into Capote. And Capote is looking for Rogers, where Rogers knew he was offside. There's a good ball through by Capote there.
And the center back, number 3 for Motown, has made a couple of those thunder runs down the middle.
They found a little gap there. Rogers can keep this in, and he can. He's got Capote in the middle. Sanchez steaming up as well on the back post. And it's sent in towards... There's Flynn actually. The wing back made a lung-busting run. Rogers looked to find him. Slow looking for it, but Oliver running away from that one.
And Motown had a runner on the far side.
And Rogers is going to find a gap, and he's through Rogers! And he just couldn't finish it, a very tame finish in the end. The keeper was stranded off the line. And that was a real golden chance for Rogers.
Rogers definitely had room to chip the goalkeeper there. Couldn't quite get his foot underneath it.
Not on the same wavelength there, Capote and Rosler. Sloan getting a tackle on it. But Benarski. Back to Divisio. Oliveira. Kelly. Back to Oliveira. Bello poaching around in the middle. And it's fallen kindly. And that was a sub here, Les. Got the strike on it. I don't think it was going to hit the target anyway. Sanchez with a fantastic ball out to Rogers. And Rogers has found plenty of space to drive into so far in this half. And he's cutting in his left foot, Rogers. Back onto his right. And he goes for the shot. Straight at Rice. Really well worked by Rogers there. Twisted Golden inside out.
It's been good work from Rogers up front. He's finding good spaces out wide, making runs in behind. It's been a good change that the Rough Riders made, putting Sloan back into the midfield and allowing Rogers to run free up top, fresh legs, putting pressure on those center backs. Don't forget that center back number 3 is on a yellow card, and you could see just there on that throw-in, Rogers and Motown number 3 battling for that ball inside the box.
Rosler wasn't able to escape from Kelly. So Falasada either, but Falasada had been totally crowded out and is back with Rosler, who's now got too much of his hands around Falasada. There's nothing a little bit lucky, a free kick wasn't given. Falasada getting a throw in. And Motown are going to make their 3rd change of the evening. And it's Boot who's making way. That's number 17.
Yeah.
For Motown. We'll just find that name for you as soon as we can. Kang, 17 for Rough Riders, closing that one. That one's gone out. And it's Criollo who's come on.
Hayden Criollo. Rough Riders lining up for another in-swinger, trying to find those big bodies in the box.
Sent in long and it's caught by Weiss.
Goalkeeper dealt with that one pretty easily.
And they're looking forwards to Bello. And it's another offside call that's left the Motown faithful enraged. Drilled that one forward, brought down by Voltaire. And a very nice spin there. And there's Banarski again. Looks so short on the ball. And lovely 1-2 into Vizio. Anyway, it's going to be a throw into the visitors as we approach the hour mark. Rough Riders ahead from a debut Thiessen goal. And Voltaire's going to drive forward with this one again. He's still going Voltaire, the centre back, and he loves running with it. Rosler getting hold of it. Capote. And that was cleared out, and that looked like a hit hand, and the linesman waving, and it's going to be free kick. Kang. And Botier just getting an earful from his some of the management of Motown for not releasing that ball. Sloan to Denk. And Denk Garcia looking for Sanchez. Golden got hold of it, but it's going to fall. And Rogers has got a little bit of space again. His first touch just laying down. It's a crunching tackle, and Capote is going to have it now. Rogers has found a little space, and he's onside Rogers, but Weiss very fast off his line. But he is sniffing around for that pocket behind the back four. Balthazar switches across to Divisio. Divisio sends that right back across the substitute Carrillo, and his first chance on it. Looking to send it back, and there was a little bit of contact there, and Oliveira went down looking for that. Oliveira probably, if he had gone down immediately, they may have had a bit of a chance, but for a PK call, but he kept on his feet for a moment before dropping.
Didn't seem like there was enough in it to call a penalty there. I think Motown are hopeful to get a call.
And they're making another sub, and it's Kelly coming off.
At this point in the game, you can start to hear a little bit of frustration, some emotions coming out on both sides. You just get the feeling that this game is going to bust wide open with the Rough Riders having a lead, starting to get into the final 30 minutes of the game. Motown probably going to push for the equalizer, and it could get real fun right now.
And we have a number, looks like 29 on for the visitors. And Eduardo Capote has also come off, and it looks like Dylan Middlebrook on for the Rough Riders.
.24.
24 even. That is Riviere. It's given it to Bello. Whipped in, and it's going to fall back to Balanaski. And it's sent across, and just a fraction ahead of Bello. So good look by the left back, Divisio.
Motown starting to push a little bit for the equalizer now. Potentially opening themselves up, giving Rogers a chance to find some space in behind for a counter-attack.
He's putting his foot through that one. Right, yeah. Comfortably dealing with it though. Switch across to Divisio. Sloan. Going up to Rogers. Back to Kang. Kang turning so well there. He's got green bodies all over him, and he's going to get a free kick for that. Super work by Albert Kang.
Maybe a little bit lucky to get that free kick. It looked like maybe he just spun himself into a little bit of trouble and got lucky to get the call.
Sanchez will take this one. Rough Riders not pushing forward many at all, understandably. They send that in towards the box. A nice spin away there by Cristillo into Bello. Poniaski, the Rough Riders closing them in hard at the moment and forcing the error by Motown. Rogers, he's done well, he's moved away from the defender, and he's going to send that in towards the back post. He's going to come back to Rosler, one-on-one Rosler, hit the shot! And Pieles watched him carefully, but Rosler had him backing off about 8 yards from goal.
And it was a good block there by Fatazada. He's been really good defensively on the right back there. Actually on both sides of the ball, defensively and offensively, he's consistently found passes out of the back and made good runs forward for Motown.
Sent in towards the middle, and this one's cleared out. Going to be
Another whipped ball in by Sanchez.
and another ball over the fence. One's going to Sanchez.
My guess is Sanchez is going to whip another ball in. There it is.
And it's in right towards that 6 bar box and just bouncing around awkwardly for a second.
Those balls he's putting in are in dangerous areas, and when they can connect with a Rough Riders player, they're really dangerous.
Sloan launching that one in. Coming together, Middlebrook giving that to Rogers. Kang. Into Sanchez, and he goes long. That speculative effort.
And you could hear the Motown coach just reminding his players they got plenty of time to find the equalizer.
That's good work there by Fafasada. He's given up to Rivera. Thiessen watching him very well and made such a good account of himself and his debut so far with the goal and solid defensive work. Sanchez looking up to Rogers. And kept in by Oliveira, but knocking it right towards his own corner flag. Faultier did well to deal with that one. Oliveira giving out to Bello. Got Krillo in the middle. Bello's going to have the shot. And a foot or two over. Not far away.
Couldn't quite keep that one on target, but good to see him not afraid to take shots from outside the box. He had a little bit of space. No one closed him down as he started going at that back line. Took advantage of the space to rip one. Couldn't quite manage to get it on target, though.
And he's been the only constant tonight, Bella, in that front line. They've apparently started with Iwobi coming off.
And just on that last play, Rogers punished for a little contact there, but it looked pretty soft. It looked like the Motown defender just sold that one.
Papazada. Looking in, but Thiessen reading that one comfortably. Lovely touch by Kang. Rosler looking to stay away Rogers, but Rogers doing very well to keep that in, and he has, but only up for a goal kick. And guys, I just want to draw your attention. Next weekend, we're going to have more Rough Riders. We've got the women facing off against Connecticut Rush at 5:30 p.m. and the men's against Cedar Star, who are currently sitting second in the table. Cedar Stars heard very good things about that side. Should be another enthralling encounter. So tune in for that one, guys, next Sunday. Sanchez was looking in for Kang, intercepted. But Kang not giving up on it, doing well to win it back. Rogers. And he's going to send that towards the back post. Just not quite the delivery that he needed. It's going to be a goal kick.
Approaching the last 20 minutes now. We'll see if Motown can threaten to tie this game up.
have looked a little quiet, haven't they? Except for that Bello half chance.
Yeah, certainly not as sharp as they did in the first half.
Sloan getting a big head on that one. Afazada, and Rosler looking for Kang. And Kang came in behind, referee not calling it. And Rosler then getting it called. And the referee just asking Afazada just to call it a little bit. So he's looking to switch out to Flynn, but saw him a little bit short. Sanchez. And Dan Garcia just running a little bit too long. Got away with that one. Well done there by Middlebrook. Kang goes out to Flynn, and the wing back looking to cut inside. Tackled, and there's some lovely feet by Divisio to get away from Flynn. Riviere. Bello looking for the space behind. Riviere still going. He's going to switch out towards Crillo, but not enough power behind that pass. It's back with the Rough Riders. Flynn finding Rogers. Rogers holding that well. Back with Flynn. Middlebrook. And then Garcia looking for Rosler, and Rosler just a little too far ahead of him. And that was a little bit loose from
Silly
Bontier.
mistake from Motown at the back there. Now with the long throw, giving the Rough Riders a chance to double their lead.
And we know who's going to throw this one. It's going to be Matt Sloan.
Probably looking for 24, Thiessen as a target man in there. There he is, Thiessen looking for the flick. Goalkeeper reaches out, beats Thiessen to the ball.
I think that might be Dent Garcia actually, that one, that 24. But he's given up there, and it's an absolute calamity at the back for Motown. And Rosler gratefully receives the gift. And also, it was the goalkeeper canned it off the back of his own player.
That's right.
And comically out of position, and Rosler.
Just an unlucky moment there for the goalkeeper. He tried to side volley a ball and initiate a quick counterattack for Motown. And one of his own players who was turned away from the ball happened to be in the path and hit him in the back and bounced straight to a Rough Riders player who didn't disappoint with the finish.
And he still did have a fair bit to do, Rosler. There was about 4 Motown players in between him and the goal, all trying to block it. But finished it very coolly, and the Rough Riders are in a much more comfortable position now. His final 20 minutes. And Cristillo giving out to Divisio. Divisio driving at Den Garcia. Back to Carrillo. That's going to be a corner ball. Rough Riders a little bit disappointed that wasn't a good goal kick. Oliveira is going to deliver this one in.
And you can see Motown a little energized by that last goal. They realized it was unlucky, trying to get themselves back in this game.
And sent in towards his 6-yard box. And it's Thiessen who gets his head on that one. That one's given that to Cristillo. And Benieski. Very cool there by Afazada. And that was an absolute cruncher of a tackle by Sanchez. And I have to say, he didn't get the ball. It looked like a fair enough tackle to me, hard but fair. But he picked up a yellow for that one, Sanchez. And
caution for the coaching staff there of Motown. Having to go at the referee after they saw their own player get tackled right in front of their bench. I don't know why they were making such a big deal about it. The referee did a good job. He was on it. He blew the whistle right away, showed Sanchez a yellow card. It didn't seem like anything more than a yellow card, so I don't know what else they could be asking for.
They're going to have an opportunity to send this one back in to the box. Delivered in. And it's a Bellows gone up! And Levine goes well. By the time the ball did come to Bello, taking a flick on, didn't quite have enough pace for him to redirect. Did about the best he could with it. And Rogers not able to wriggle past the two tackles. And the Rough Riders bench opinion for foul there. They've gone on and Crillo giving it to Bello. He's got Rivera in the middle. Bello still going. And very well watched there by Ackerkamp.
And Bello earns another corner for Motown. Motown realizing they don't have much time left, so trying to throw numbers forward, create some opportunities for themselves.
That was sent in low, but disappointing delivery. Sanchez clearing that one out, and Sada had to have his wits about him, and it's fallen to Sloan, Rosler even, and he's got Sanchez galloping up the right. He's giving that to Rogers, and it's a 4-on-3 right now for the Rough Riders. Rogers sending that back in towards the back post, and Sanchez well defended in the end by Motown. Maybe could have done a little bit more than that with the number overload, the Rough Riders.
It was a good little through ball into Sanchez with the outside of the foot there by Rogers. Couldn't manage to get more than a corner kick from it. Corner taken short.
And drilled that in, and that's going to go straight out for another corner.
Slightly different look there for the Rough Riders. Most of their set pieces they've tried to whip in to find some of their taller players. That one they opted to go short. Maybe with an attempt to take a little more time off the clock.
And it's a free header for a second with this, and it looked like it. We didn't get the connection. Back with Flynn. And it's sent in towards Rogers. Thiessen stills up the big centre-back. He's got one goal to his name. Sent in towards him, and just a fraction above him. Faultier getting it. Rosler's got it. Dent Garcia's looking for the first time past Garcia to Kang. Couldn't find him. And Middlebrook put some good pressure there just to stop the turn from Hazada on the counter-attack. Rosler looking for Kang. Couldn't find him. Kang though, winning it back well. And coming in, he skipped around too, Kang. Giving it to Sanchez. Sanchez, lovely ball back, and that was Rosler on his left foot. Going for the spectacular. And the Rough Riders are going to make a third change. And Rosler, the goal scorer, coming off. Looks like Flynn moving to the left wing back. Oh, sorry, it's actually Sanchez moving off. Rosler moving into centre midfield now. And that is Petridis, number 18, coming onto that right wing back position, and he's injected a lot of life into the Rough Riders on Wednesday night and came on for the last 20 or so minutes. Got terrific speed on him, and good technically as well. Thiessen just clearing that one out. They may have to do more defensive work than attacking in these last 10 minutes. Petridis.
You can feel the urgency from Motown. They just feel like their time is slowly running out. The second half, they haven't quite controlled the game in the same way that they did in the first half. So they're looking to make a push in this last 10 minutes. And Rogers just standing in front of the ball, looking to waste a little bit more time off the clock.
Division, I have to say, has been excellent in this whole match, the left back. Coming forward with it again, and he's looking in the back post, and commentators curse, that was a poor cross in towards Rivera.
And he looks like he's hobbling a little bit on that far side.
They've gone route one, and Rogers is going to chase after that, and has he not lost his footing? He may have been through there, Rogers, and he really has provided a lot of energy to that front line in the second half, Rogers. One intercepted by skipper Sloan. Kang. Middlebrook just got caught on that turn there. Camp even, sorry. Alert to that. And Flynn got caught late there. Just a little contact by Pieles. Picking up a yellow for that. He was a long way from the ball.
Such an unnecessary tackle. The ball there had slowed down and looked like his teammates were getting back into position, but he earns himself a yellow card now. Got to be careful in the closing minutes of this match not to get himself the second one.
Sloan looking for Rogers, who's just ghosted in behind Voltaire, but his first touch let him down.
Interesting little set piece there though from the Rough Riders, just leaving that big gap, vacating that space and letting Rogers run into it for that low ball in behind.
They're making a fifth change, Motown. They've got a big roster. I'll try and see who that is who's come on. I think it is Divisio who's made way. And it looks like they're moving to three at the back now.
It's number 14 who came in. 14 is Fazal.
Fazal coming in.
I did mention that on that last attack that Motown had, it looked like Divisio was hobbling back, so maybe some sort of injury, lingering injury or fitness issues coming to the end of this game. Replaced him with Fazal, number 14, left back.
Sada, bring it forwards as Motown are running out of time here. Pieles looking in towards that back post, and Carrillo had risen up. Kang got another foot, and he's a slight figure, Kang, but does a lot of good defensive work. Very good with his timing of tackles. That one's drilled back in towards. Let's cleared out. And one up there by Rosler. And Weber is getting given him. I'd say the free kicks, some of the free kicks tonight have been given a little bit soft. Look like another shoulder to shoulder. But it's been given, and Motown are going to have another chance to launch this up into the box. So they try and find a goal. That'll give them a lifeline. It'd be a third loss in 4 games if the squad ended up losing this one. They started the season well. And the Rough Riders making another change. And it looks like Gabe Fernandez on the touchline. And it's Rosler who got that gift of a goal in the second half. He's going to make way. First time we've seen Gabe Fernandez. He's got about 6 minutes of this game to make some sort of impression. Moved straight into that centre midfield slot. Sada. Switched out to Golden. Fazil. So nicely worked there by the Rough Riders. And he's actually steaming force Petrudas with that pace that he does possess. For his first touch, let him down that time. Fazil. Motown pushing plenty forwards. Crillo getting contained by the indomitable Dane Garcia. Lovely turn by Webber, and Webber's going to drive down the right. Still got a lot to do. Keeper's off his line, and he's cut inside of Bovier. Still going Webber. And he did everything right there, Webber, except for the finish. Excellent work.
I think that was actually Rogers with the nice
Rogers
turn and drove at the back line. Just couldn't get the finish right, but did everything else. Rogers has brought a lot of energy in the second half and really has made the difference in this game, in the momentum in this game. First half, we talked about it, Motown looked like maybe the stronger team, although it was close. And then second half, the Rough Riders have just sort of taken over. Here he is again, attracting attention, spinning defenders, earning his team a corner kick. Important work there.
He's just having a little breather, Rogers, because that was about a 60-yard run up when he created that shooting opportunity and he went straight back and sprinted again. I think he's just done about the equivalent of a 10 hill sprints. They're going to take this one short. They've got 3 minutes left on the clock. And they're just going to try and run it down now, the Rough Riders. And they've done what they need to today against a difficult opposition. And they were a bit anxious after that draw against Red Bulls not to let it take away too much of their momentum. They'd won every game of the season up until that point. And this gets them right back into the full swing of the form it's going to take for them to be a championship winner. That's another yellow card given.
And it's Rogers earning the free kick again. Just again, killing some more time off the clock while they set up for this free kick. Up 2-0, closing minutes of the game.
And it is sent in.
Looks like he went straight for goal there, Rogers. Couldn't quite get it down. Tough angle to finish from.
A minute left of regulation time. And the Rough Riders look like they're going to keep that top spot secure for now. And as we said before the game started, they are the #1 in the USL 2 power rankings right now. It's #1 in the whole USL 2 at the moment. And they are the team to beat right now in the Metropolitan division. And Middlebrook putting some good pressure on there. And there was some afters off the ball there. And it's going to be another yellow. I think that one was Riviera. Or was it number 14?
Oliveira. Number 7, Oliveira. Frustrated that he lost his footing and lost the ball and just tried to kick at the heels of the Rough Riders player to stop any sort of counterattack.
Just see out the back, the fourth official just trying to hold a hand of calm to each of the benches. hasn't been too heated, but there's been a couple of moments where the sides have lost the temper, particularly when Peterson got injured. But here comes Flynn trying to land that fly byline, just ran out. But Peterson having that bad injury in the first half where he had a body-to-body with Denk and it carried him into the fence. And at the moment, another big mention is Josh Levine is about to keep a 5th clean sheet. Out of 6 games, and again, the only goal the Long Island Rough Riders have conceded in this season has been a penalty. It's an incredible record. And it's been that man Levine and this defensive lineup in front of him as well. And the new 3, they've looked very comfortable, wouldn't you say, now, the 3 defenders today, Thiessen.
They had a few problems early on with the 2 fast strikers making runs in behind. But Motown forced to make a change, maybe due to an injury in the first half, and then a second change after Peters, and they've looked a lot more comfortable. But I do wonder how those back 3 would do if the 2 starters would have stayed in the whole game.
That's Petridis right now, who's down. He's got knocked to his head. So the referee doing the right thing and stopping the play. And we are at the end of regulation time. And the Rough Riders looking relatively comfortable in the end, these last 20 minutes, once they got that second goal. Send it run by Alzada. And Rogers may get a last run at this. There's a fantastic tackle by Voltaire. I swear, so they've got someone else on there now. Looks like a 20. Come on for Voltaire. Voltaire's moved up to the centre forward position, just give him some height maybe. They're very nearly closed it out, Rough Riders. There was Thiessen on his debut for the Rough Riders, scoring right before half time. And then Rosler, the happy recipient of a blunder at the back by Motown, the keeper kicking out from his hands, and it hit one of his teammates and fell very kindly for Rosler, who finished well. And Petridis clearing that one out. The referee's had a look at his watch already, had another look.
And you can see the Rough Riders just comfortable defending in their own half. No problem allowing Motown the ball, but not able to create anything dangerous with the way that the Rough Riders are set up back there.
And Bello is going to have a diving header, and that was probably the best chance they had all game, Motown. And there is the final whistle, and the Rough Riders continue their unbeaten season record, get a 6th clean sheet, and stay at the top of that table. They will go up against Manhattan Soccer Club on Wednesday. It's going to be a title battle. And then we will be back with them on Sunday.
It's a good result for the Rough Riders after drawing that last game. Getting a win in this one maybe gives them a little bit more confidence and stability going into their next few matches, which look like they're going to be bigger tests for the Rough Riders. Also adding another formation, another shape to their repertoire, so they can get different looks depending on the opposition that they're facing. And I thought a promising performance from Rogers as he came in off the bench in the second half, doing a lot of work up top just to make runs in behind and keep the pressure on the Motown back line. Sloan showing his versatility, dropping into the midfield after playing up top in the first half.
And did that look like the performance of a team that could win this title to you, Nano?
You know, they haven't lost a game yet, so I would say so. I think they're going to be tested in their next few games. They're going to have to build on this performance today and continue to improve if they do want to take the title. But all signs point towards a title for the Long Island Rough Riders.
They grind out the result, didn't they? They played some quality stuff, but they also they held their ground when they needed to.
They did. They didn't mind defending towards the end of that game there. Looked comfortable with their back three in their new shape.
All right, guys. Well, that just about does it for our coverage. It's a good night for the Rough Riders overall. The women drawing 2-2 against a very strong Connecticut Fusion team. And if you didn't watch that one live, definitely worth watching back later. Two superb Janine Nunez goals, in addition to two goals of high quality as well.
Yeah, this was some quality football, and as we were talking about earlier in the game, hopefully COVID restrictions will open up and allow more spectators to come watch these games, because the atmosphere could be really nice throughout the summer. Nice temperatures and good competition here. So.
All right. Well, Nano, thank you so much for joining me out here under the floodlights in Long Island. Worth the trip?
Of course it was. Of course it was. Thanks for having me, Josh. This is our second game together, but it's just the start. I think we're going to do quite a few more.
I hope so. All right, guys, and thank you so much to all of you for tuning in. Well done to the Rough Riders tonight, and also a big shout out, well done to Sanzak for their promotion, and Borgetto, the last I saw, they were also ahead up in their Cosmopolitan League game. We'll have to catch up with that one later. But it's the Rough Riders who continue their unbeaten run. And thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Good night.